go live tonight real
Very
quickly
much impromptu.
because we were watching Oath or Kane and we got really sick of it.
We couldn't
So we
handle it
decided
anymore.
to,
We couldn't handle it anymore. We
uh,
couldn't handle it anymore.
Lindsay, do you want to say you can handle anymore?
We
Okay.
couldn't handle it anymore. Well, he repeated everything he said over and over and over.
All right, keep talking. Let me make sure it's working on the
He
Facebook.
repeated everything he said over and over and over. Y'all, let us know if you can hear us in the comments. We have had
We
some
did this
trouble.
quickly.
Yeah, we came in here and was like, let's just go see if we
This
can get it
worked.
pulled up and make it work. Um,
Yep, it's
oh, wait,
working.
okay,
It's working.
good deal.
Good.
So we're watching these numbers come in, and it's exciting. I mean, John Horn is so close to having over 50%. Now we're reporting it. They're reporting 60 of precincts in, and
Right now we've
John
got
Horn at 48.
sent Chokwe, the yacht boy party guy. I don't call him party guy. 2,230. He's at 16.6%. Tim Henderson is at 13.5%. Right now, Chokwe's got 2,230 votes. Tim Henderson has 1,811. If that's one thing to look at is whether that is going to, who could take the second spot if there's a runoff. And then Henderson seems to be coming in pretty strong. We've got again 63% in right now. So I don't know. That's something for y'all to watch to see how that's gonna play out.
Yeah, still nothing in Brandon. Have we checked Flowwood?
Have you checked for okay? And if you're in Ward 7, which is Belhaven Fondren, right now Kevin Parkinson's got 809 votes, 39.3%. Quentin Withers, who's been out pretty strong, I've seen his people campaigning on everywhere. He's got 660 votes, which is 32%. And Corinthian Sanders has 211 votes at 10.2%.
We got 50% reporting in Flowwood with Kathy Smith at 61.2% and Will Cox coming in at 38.8% currently.
Okay, what percentage?
50% in.
50% in, and that's we talked about that earlier online or on the radio. On the air, it's not going to get used to saying that because we have a new show.
Yeah.
The
12 to 1,
yeah.
Monday through Friday, WYAB, 103.9.
Kathy Smith is the candidate that's backed by Gary Rhodes. He's been a longtime mayor of Flowwood, and I've heard all great things about her. So apparently, she looks like she's doing pretty well. And I liked Greg Wilcox when we interviewed him. He was a really, really nice guy. So we'll see what happens with that race. But right now, she's in a pretty good lead. Looks like.
Yeah, looks like pretty good lead there.
We're not having, of course, we're personally interested in the
Jackson
mayor race. Well, I was saying
and Rankin. Well, Rankin,
the Brandon,
because Fred Shank's our friend.
Yeah,
obviously is running there. Butch Lee is the incumbent mayor over in Brandon, and he has, I think, done a pretty good job. I think he's pretty well liked. So that should end up being, I would think, pretty close.
Yeah, and there's no precincts reporting in Brandon yet. What's up with you Rankin people? You guys are supposed to be like, everybody's like, oh, Jackson, you guys don't ever do anything in time. We're way ahead of you. Like, come on, Brandon, start reporting your stuff. Also, I don't want to forget my old-time friend, Jake Wyndham. Our dads are really good, close friends, and I'm, wishing him the best luck. I'm pretty sure he's going to win. Well, Jake, we promise we'll read some of your results when we get to it. I'm pretty confident of your victory, though. I'm just going to say that.
Yeah, we're not thinking that that's going to be too contested over there.
Yeah, it does. So
that's in Pearl.
That's in Pearl. Jake Wyndham has done a fantastic job as mayor of Pearl, and right now he's at that 78% of the vote. Jake, I think you're okay.
You're good. We don't have to. I don't think we have to worry about you.
Yeah, I think you're going to do just fine. So go ahead and celebrate that.
Luckstad's also interesting because they have ranked choice voting over there, which is strange, but
how does that exactly work? I'm not.
So they take the top 5 and they're ranked in some kind of way. I don't quite understand it. I know that we did pass legislation banning ranked choice voting statewide elections, and I don't believe that we'll see that stay that way.
Okay.
But Gluckstadt is just now a city. Haven't been their own city.
I'm checking the camera feed. I get so nervous, everybody, about whether this works or not because I'm not that proficient.
We've had some problems.
We've had some problems. So.
Yeah, we've done 2 days of the radio show now. Started yesterday was our first show, and it's been a little rocky trying to figure everything out, which is expected. It's new. We're learning how to run everything. So now we're real paranoid about whether or not everything's working like it's supposed to be.
Yeah, somebody told me the screen is black, but is it? It looks like it's working on my Facebook though.
Did you check YouTube?
Oh no, now it's black. Now the screen's black. Oh no, it's going back and forth.
I see it. I
Yeah.
see it on my Facebook. Well, wait, it's going in and out.
Huh? It's going in and out.
Yeah,
We're having technical problems.
of course we are.
Of course, of course, of course. There is technical problems with this, as always. Let me see if I can get this back up.
Huh. Wonder why it's doing that.
I got the camera on, so it should be working.
You
Now it's
still
working
have,
again. Now the light went off, and that's what I was wondering.
oh, you still have our caption
I know. As what?
as the debut episode.
Oh yeah, sorry about that. Well, now see, I got to check the light, and this is like when my MacBook broke the other day, and now I'm using this iPad, so it's gonna.
Can you kind of keep it pulled up, like do double screens and keep that pulled up so we can see if it goes out?
Yeah,
maybe.
then check. Do you see? Notice the green light too? Like,
Okay.
I can see the green light on there,
Okay.
whether it's working. So right now, no, it's working. It's working. I swear. I'm working at this right.
We'll figure it all out eventually.
Yeah. So.
All right.
Anyway, go ahead. Read some results.
Let's refresh
stuff. Yeah.
Let's refresh and see.
So what are we looking at now?
Let's see.
We have anything new come in?
Yeah, it says it updated.
Okay. We've now got 6,541 votes, which is the same 63% still in.
Still 48.8% there.
Yacht Party has got 2,230 votes. So that's and then see now we're going to okay. The light went off again. Yep.
I wonder what's causing that.
I don't know what's causing it.
It's back on.
Yeah, I think it's because I gotta have it up here on.
You gotta have it up. Well, do you want this and I'll use my phone?
Yeah, that'd be helpful.
Okay.
Thanks so much.
See how nice I am.
Yeah, right. Okay, now this will be working.
Okay.
Yep, I can see it
pulled up on my phone now.
Okay, we heard that. I have to keep it open on my iPad apparently, and because I'm used to using my MacBook, and this is kind of a way I've rigged it tonight. So anyway, here we go.
Well, I mean, we decided at the last minute, like, let's go jump on.
Yeah, we saw Arthur Kane talking about it. He was all in a sorrow state of because
he's drinking his wine. I think he's had a little bit of wine tonight.
Yeah, he's been hawking for Chokeway pretty hard, telling us how if you live in Northeast Jackson or Belhaven or Fondren, you don't have a single right to vote in this city and you shouldn't be able to do anything. So
we've actually gotten a couple of texts that have said he's the only person doing any live coverage, so I'm being forced to watch him. So we said, we'll go jump on.
Yeah, and he, I was talking about this on the air earlier. He's made this like some sort of race battle, like we're supposed to just all hate each other and not care about the future of the city, which is, just downright ridiculous to me. That was the statements of the old white citizens councils in the 60s. And I think we should have, always hoped to move past that. Now he's trying to use that and saying like, if you're white, you don't have a voice in the city, which is unfair. We all care about Jackson. We wanted to do better and to do something, really, quite frankly, like do something than what's not happened over the last 18 years. And I think what you're seeing at these vote numbers here with John Horn,
they're showing that people
John
are
Horn's
fed
frankly,
up. People are fed up.
I mean, now I'm on the radio. John Horn kicking the fucking shit out of Chokeway right now. No, I can say that on the thing, kicking the fucking shit out of his ass. Because the reason
Sorry
he
if you
is
have kids listening.
because people are sick of this. People are sick of getting terrorized. They're sick of the roads.
Sick of murders.
Yeah, they're just sick of it, and this is why you're seeing that. And so they got out and they voted today. And
I'll tell you what, Timothy Henderson's holding his own too.
He is.
He's right there behind Chokeway. If this does go to a runoff, looks like it may be down to John Horn and possibly Timothy Henderson.
That would be great. You know what? I'm fine with either one of them. So it's not like, Othar and that crowd is saying that, oh, John Horn's the white. We want somebody other than Chokeway because of what he's done to this city. That is what it's about. It's not about John Horn. It's not about Delano Funchess or Marcus Wallace or any of these guys. I don't care as long as Chokeway is not the mayor anymore. And now he's getting a resounding message from this city about his performance over the last 8 years, and including and certainly not limited to his federal indictment.
Right. So, I mean, not only do you have no water in the city, not only did you have no garbage pickup for so long, not only is he corrupt and taking bribes, but he also thinks he's above the law and doesn't even have to turn in his campaign finance reports. Right. This man is not good for Jackson.
No, he's not, and so the city is reflecting that in the vote right now. Hopefully this holds. We still got a pretty good bit left. I think we probably won't get a result till close to 10, an actual definitive result. Now, what we're all hoping for is to end this reign of terror tonight. That would be
wonderful.
Which, quite frankly, is not anything that I ever expected that we could end it tonight. But Horn is holding so strong; it is a possibility. Now, that's not one I'm going to sit there and be like, it's definitely going to happen, but he could end it tonight. And if he does, it's over. It is, and we are done with this
Or
guy.
we could see it stuck at 63% and go to bed, wake up in the morning, and
Yeah.
Chokeway.
And Chokeway comes in.
I mean, I remember that happening a
Yeah.
few years ago in a presidential election.
Right. I mean, and then that could happen. But there's three scenarios that I see right now. The first one is John Horn wins this outright tonight, which is the dream scenario, obviously. The second is that Chokwe Lumumba has a second spot and there is a runoff on April 22nd. The third scenario is that Timothy Henderson makes the runoff instead of Chokwe Lumumba. So the first and third scenarios are just as equally as good to me.
So
I'm fine with that.
Flowood has moved from 50% reporting now to 75% reporting, and Kathy Smith at 67.4, Wilcox at 32.6. So pretty good lead there.
Yeah, it's probably going to call that one for Kathy Smith, and congratulations to her for nothing but good things about her. So
Right.
and I know the chief of police from his days at the sheriff's department, and he's been great. And hopefully, I think he's going to stay on, is what I've heard. So that'll be good.
Yeah, definitely.
But here we are right now.
Obviously, they'll work well together because he was supporting her.
So that'll be great for Eric.
Still nothing in Brandon.
Yeah, we're still stuck at 63% reporting right now. But so those are the three scenarios. John Horn wins tonight outright. Chokwe makes the runoff against John Horn on April 22nd, or Tim Henderson makes the runoff against John Horn on April 22nd. Again, the first and third scenarios in my mind are equally just as good because they have the same result. Chokwe Lumumba's gone. That's what we all want. We don't want to wait 15 months to his federal trial, which I believe he's to be certainly be convicted at that. But we could end this. We could end this tonight, or we could end it April 22nd. I hope that it's ended tonight, though. That would be.
We're back on a black screen.
Back. That's weird.
Well, it just came back. I don't know why it's doing that. It's like coming in and out, I guess.
I don't know. We're trying. So yeah, I'm trying to fix it. Okay. No, it's still. Is it on? Yeah, we're good.
It is now, but just a second ago it wasn't. Is it? Let's see. Do we have it? Yeah, I guess people have seen because there's. You'll tell us in the comments what you think. What do you think will happen tonight? Do you think we'll see an outright winner?
So, and we are now still sitting at, again, 63% in the Jackson race. Yep, that's not moving. Now, if you're interested also in the Ward 1, it's Jasmine Barnes, Stephen Thompson, Jessica Carter, and Rhonda Barnes. Jasmine Barnes has a pretty commanding lead, 63% at 1,214 votes. I think that probably
Where is Ward 1?
That is
what area?
Jackson.
Okay, that's northeast.
Yeah, and that's in the Democratic primary. So there isn't I don't believe there's a Republican, because
we're in Bellhaven, Ward 7, right?
This is Ward 7. Ashby Foote currently represents Ward 1. I think he's done a great job. He stood up to the mayor.
That's right. He's not. He wasn't running.
He's ran as an independent.
Okay, so he'll be on the ballot.
He'll be on the ballot.
In the
Still vote for Ashby in June, and I would encourage you to do so. I think he's done a good job. He's done what we needed him to do, which was stand up to Chokwe Lumumba when several other people wouldn't. Ashby did, Vernon Hartley did, and Kenneth Stokes did, and those three folks.
I talked to Ashby.
Re-election, in my opinion, just for that, just for doing that.
At Gerard's Christmas party, I talked to him. He seems like a good guy.
And right now, Kevin Parkinson is in the lead, 39.3%. Quint Withers, again, who's run a pretty strong campaign in my mind, he's at 32% right now. That's reporting right now. We're at 32%. Corinthian Sanders, who we like a lot.
We really love Corinthian.
He's got the third position with 10.2%. Looks to me like we're going to have a really close race between Parkinson and Quint Withers. So I don't know how that's going to turn out. If you're interested in the Jackson Democratic Executive Committee, Eddie Jean Carr is winning that at 8,311 votes. David Blunt is in second place. Good for 8,085 votes. He's not my favorite at all. And so Eddie Jean, go Eddie Jean. And, I'm showing my bias here. I don't have any Brandon numbers. But I'm hearing
still 0%.
I've got some texts that say that Butch Lee's got a pretty good lead.
Really?
That's what I've heard. But I don't know if that's true yet or not. So I can't tell you that.
Well, and regardless, if Butch does win, he has done a good job, and congratulations to him. And we've got Fred still in a House seat. So he will still be there and working for the people of Mississippi and working for the people of Rankin County, by representing them in his House seat.
And speaking of that, so in Jackson in Ward 4, Brian Gazelle, who's the current councilman, is at 74% to his opponent at 25%. Looks like he's going to win that. Then Vernon Hartley, who I adore, Mr. Hartley, by the way, he's just tenacious in my mind. He's got 55% of the vote to his opponent, who's Regina Mitchell, or Brown Mitchell. He's got 1,001 vote to 540.
These numbers were coming in so fast until we hit the go live
Yeah.
button, and then they stalled.
Right, and then in Ward 6, I believe is the race to replace Aaron Banks, or Aaron sit at the Kitty Table Banks.
Wait, hold on.
What?
Hold on.
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
That's the hat. Aaron sit at the kitty table Banks, because Jody and Chokwe made him sit at the kitty table while he took his curds, or ate his curds and whey, as they say. And so he
There we go.
made a hat that says "Sit at the kitty table, Aaron." And if you ever watched the movie Four Brothers, it's kind of a play off that movie. It reminded me of former councilman Banks that looks here shortly. He's not running, of course, but so someone's running to replace that. That's a very close race between Iman Thompson Sr. and Lashia Brown Thomas, which is 24 to 22% right now. And and we are still waiting on. Now, if you want to know who's winning the Belzona mayor, nobody cares.
Nobody cares around
I
here.
can report that, but I know you don't care, so I won't talk about that. Actually, there's nothing to come in from Belzona, which Belzona is a perfectly nice town. Lindsey's from the Delta. You know those folks are kind of strange.
You know, they call us where the Delta meets the hills.
That's what it is, right?
Yeah.
Good old Yazoo County.
Yeah.
And
But I've been in Madison for quite some time, and you know, we don't have any elections because we have a wonderful mayor that no one wants to get rid of.
well, you know, and I'll say that Mary Hawkins has done a fantastic job over the decades. It's been decades, and
Oh, yeah.
she's, you know, you just can't.
It's her 12th term she's going into.
What are you really going to complain about in Madison? It's kind of hard. So
No, she keeps it beautiful and she keeps it safe, and that's what we need.
And so Canton, I hear, is a pretty contested race. It's going to be pretty interesting. And there's nothing reporting right now on WLBT. It's between Daphne Johnson Sims, Tim Taylor, and Cornelia Walker.
Tim the Toolman Taylor?
No, the three Democratic primary. Now our own Chip Matthews on WYAB is also running as a Republican. So
Is he running Republican or independent?
He's running as a Republican.
Okay.
I think I heard him say that. Now I've seen Brandon primary results. Mayor Butchley celebrates primary win. So
really?
Apparently they've called the race for Butchley.
They're still on WWT still showing.
Yeah, the APT just called that.
Okay, maybe I should go to WABT.
Yeah, run it to WABT. Maybe they got better results. You never know with.
Okay, no, they just updated. Reporting 100%. Butch Lee 67.2. Fred Shanks 32.8. Again, he still will be sitting in the House and hold his House seat and representing his district and his people over in Rankin County. And we're super proud of him. He's a good friend of both of ours, and we respect him very much. And we're thankful for all he does for his constituents.
Yeah, we got Butch Lee at 2,744 votes to Fred at 1,340 votes, 100% in. Congratulations to Mayor Lee. And, you know, Fred, I'm glad you ran a good race, man. Congratulations. You should be proud of it. So.
Yeah.
Do
Absolutely.
we have any other Brandon results? It seems like they took forever.
They did, but they reported all at one time.
Okay. Oh, is that what they did? Because they all were at City Hall. That's right. They were all voting at City Hall today. So that looks like
Everything came in at once. They haven't updated their executive committee or their Ward 5 aldermen yet.
we are still sitting at 63% in the city of Jackson, waiting on the mayor's race, which we're all eagerly anticipating to see what happens, to see whether we will be free of the reign of
terror.
Yeah, whether this will be over tonight, I don't know. You know, I don't drink on the weekdays, but I'm almost urged to go
have a celebratory drink if this comes out.
Yeah, I probably could be. Yeah, it's not going to be good. But if this actually ends tonight,
so if you tune in live to listen to us tomorrow at 12, hopefully that will have passed.
Somebody bring me some BC powder or whatever. That'd be great. If
Drink lots of water.
If the reign of terror ends this evening, that will definitely be happening. Yeah, I'm looking on. I've updated my app too. We're still sitting at 63%. Yeah. I don't know where those precincts are or which ones they are. We don't.
They're in the back room adding ballots to those precincts.
Yeah, I mean, if Chokwe says it's a stolen election, I'm going to lose my shit. Okay, like I'm literally. Okay, and David, look.
Yeah, David, I was about to say, David Archie, he's only got a few votes, but he's going to be the first one.
David is at 274 votes, and I like David, so I don't want to say, but I'd say, David, this one didn't get stolen from anybody. No offense. I mean, he's fine. He's entertaining, at least. He friended me on Facebook, and I thought he was funny, so anyway, my point is, the election was not stolen from me this time, David. Maybe it was last time, I don't know, but it wasn't stolen this time, so. Okay, and we've got, let's see here.
Something come in?
No, we're still sitting where we are. Delano Functions is pulling up with 1,132 votes though, and you got it's only 63% in. So like, I mean, and
I really liked Marcus Wallace. I really did. He's next
yeah,
with 546, but
it's kind of tough when
I
you've
liked
been
him.
mayor of another town to then try to be mayor of another. It's
Well,
just kind
but
of.
I thought that gave him experience. I thought that gave him something that no one else had other than Chokwe. And I liked his responses to a lot of questions that I heard him answer.
Do you think it's? But I mean, it's not like being mayor is like being traded to a minor league baseball team. You know what I mean? Like how do
It's
you like?
not.
It's
And,
not. It's not that kind of job.
and
Like either
it's
you're the mayor because you're from there or whatever, or you've lived there for a long time. That's
Well, I don't know. The guy y'all had on to interview, you asked him how long he lived in Jackson, and he would ask you which answer you
Sure,
wanted.
but he hadn't been mayor at another place before.
I know,
I
but
thought that was a little weird.
what kind of how do you answer a question like that? Like, which answer do you want? The real answer or the fake answer? Well, the real
I'm
one.
just saying, I don't think you can be mayor somewhere else and like, oh no, I'm gonna be mayor here. It's just kind of odd. In my opinion, I thought it was
Which
odd.
one is not going to meet the? Kim was telling, or someone was telling us, that someone wasn't going to meet the residency requirement. Do you know who that was?
I heard it was Tim Henderson actually. That's what
What?
Kim
Okay,
had
so if
said.
he's the next
But
one,
this is
that might
look,
be
I love
contested.
Kim Wade, but Kim Wade loves nothing more than a conspiracy theory, and so I don't know if that's true
Well,
or not.
that's me too.
So I know you do too. I don't know if that's true at all. He may meet the requirement. That is what but you know what? For tonight, I don't give a shit if he does or not. As long as he bumps Chokwe Lumumba out and
Well, I'm just
they
saying
can
that if
challenge
that's the
it,
case,
Kim,
it may be
challenge it later.
contested.
Well, it can be contested later down the line. Let's get him out tonight. Like that's what the cheat. Steal the
Stop
election.
it. Stop
Do
it.
what you
Stop it.
have
Stop
to
it. Stop
do.
it. This is not January
I
6th.
don't, okay. Now I'm for January 6th. Can we do a January 6th here? Let's do a January 6th. I don't care what you. Now I feel like you know
Are
what?
you an
Now
insurrectionist?
I feel like a Trump. I get it now. I just got it. I never got it all this time, but now I just got it. What I just got was I'm so angry that like I'm willing to storm the Capitol. Not really just kidding, Sheriff Jones. Don't come here and arrest me or whatever. The the
Sorry,
but
very laughing.
I could see the anger and why people be mad about it because this is ridiculous of what's happened. So if you got to steal the election, guys, just don't tell me about it, but do it, and just do it.
And call him to defend you
No, I'll
when
defend
you're
you. I'll defend you, man.
arrested.
I mean, just you had to do it for right of survival. We had to do this. So steal it. Stolen, stolen, stolen. It'd be the first time like people will be cheering a stolen election. They're like, yeah, it was stolen. Hell yeah, we did. For the good of everybody. So anyway, so that's where we are. And right, also interesting, Socrates Garrett, who's been like an infamous contractor, businessman in this town for decades. He's only at 363 votes. I thought he'd be able to get more than that. I really did. Just he's got all his money. Like I was kind of surprised. I figured he'd be able to do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. I mean, and when we finally got this campaign finance report, this week from Chokwe, and it showed that he'd only raised $11,000, and that $11,000 came from four people, three of which worked for the same company. But that was a little strange, and I thought to myself, does he know he's got it in the bag? Does he know that this is wrapped up, and he didn't feel the need to raise money? Or do you think he just kind of is more concerned right now about the indictments? I don't.
No,
I don't know.
I think he was able to raise money last year before people knew that he was going to be indicted. I think once he got indicted, what I've heard through the back channel is that people didn't want to donate him because they didn't want the FBI to come and talk to him because that's exactly what would happen. I mean, if they did, I mean, the FBI's like, oh, really? You're giving money to Chuck Lumumba? Did he move a bid deadline for you?
What is
Because
that
that's how
guy's name?
we've got
Where's Terry? Where's
Terry Love.
Terry
Yeah,
at?
Terry didn't give him no money this time. I didn't see on this
Oh,
report.
interesting,
Get your money,
huh?
Terry. Terry did not give him any money. Yeah, I think that they were probably worried about that, like where it would have been a situation where the FBI would have come and talked to them and said, like, did you give the money to the mayor because he's going to give you a favor? And people were like, what's your basis for that, FBI? Oh, I don't know. He was on this yacht in Miami, and there was a big bag of cash that he and the district attorney were taking, and he's got 5 checks, each for $10,000, that just happened to be from companies set up by the district attorney. Like it's crazy. It's
What
like
year
nobody.
did Chokwe take office initially?
2017.
Okay.
So like, I mean, it's like, and the FBI would have a basis for this because it was on video on their yacht, and then they took them to the strip club. So, yeah. So I imagine people after that indictment came out were kind of hesitant about say, do we give the guy on the yacht money, and do we want the 3-letter guys talking to us? Probably not. They don't want that. So, yeah, I imagine that's why he's only raised $11,000. Long story short, that's why he can only get about amount of money. So that's what I think anyway.
So in 2024, there were 111 homicides. 2023, 119.
Mhm.
2021, 157. So, basically over, let's see, he took office in 17. So in 19, there were 83, 20, 129, 21, 157, 22, 140, 23, 119, 24, 111. That's a lot of murders there under Chokwe's watch, you know?
I mean, yeah, it's a lot of dead people.
A lot of dead people.
I see dead people, Chokwe, or does Chokwe see them? I don't know.
He might. Who
Yeah.
knows? I mean,
And I haven't been drinking, and I'm still talking like this. Anyway, I mean, like, yeah, I mean, he's committed a genocide on the city. Like, there's another way to say it. And the people are coming out right now and voting. I cannot tell you all how excited I am to refresh this. I'm just addicted because I want to see what the next nail in his coffin is, with this next round of precincts coming in. So hopefully that's going to come in shortly, and we could just get so close to ending this.
so we had
once and
someone
for all.
call in today and say, would they say St. Louis? What city were they talking about?
St. Louis.
St. Louis. So yes, there may be more murders in St. Louis,
Well, it's
but
a lot
not
bigger.
per capita. So Jackson, Mississippi is number one. It's like the murder capital per capita in the country.
Right. For the city of its size, correct.
Yeah.
It's yeah. I mean, I'm sure St. Louis has more murders. I'm sure, Los Angeles has more murders. I mean, cities that
Also
bigger.
sex crimes as well, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about that, but be
Well, I do.
right if you looked it up. Yeah, that's fine. I'm just saying but I mean, per capita for the city, I mean, there's like 10 people that live here and nine of them get murdered. Okay, I mean, that's what we're looking at here.
Yeah.
That's the easiest way I can say it. It's ridiculous. Poor DA's office. I used to work there for about 10 years, and I see what those guys have to go through. The 10 years ago when I was there, it was bad, and now it's just like, I mean, you almost want to give up. It's insane.
Rush,
What's going on?
Rush just posted. John Horn is leading Chokwe Lumumba 3-1 right now in the Jackson mayoral race, but is just shy of the mark needed to avoid a runoff, thanks to the 857 other candidates in the race.
And who's been saying that for the longest time?
I said to you last night, if these guys truly cared about Jackson, they all would have pulled out and put their support behind one candidate. Pretty much would have been John Horn, obviously, who had the best chance at taking him in this primary.
Yeah, well, I mean, but I've been screaming that forever
Yeah.
about the candidates were selfish in terms of doing this, because these are the people that are voting for the other candidates are not in love with the other candidates.
No, they want to get rid of Chokwe
These
just like
are
we do.
anti-Chokwe Lumumba votes. So all these votes would have gone to John Horn, or just let's say you had Horn, Lumumba, and Henderson, whatever. Like that would have happened, and this would be over tonight.
And I'll tell y'all a little secret that a lot of people don't know. And I know this is obviously my issue is education in our school systems in the state of Mississippi. And in Hinds County, most people do not know this, but in Hinds County, those school board members that sit on the school board of Jackson Public Schools, they are not elected. They are not voted on by the people. They are appointed by no other than Chokwe Lumumba, and they are paid for that job. So therefore, the mayor is in charge of putting those people in that position, in a paid position, where they are running Jackson Public Schools, and we all know that's the reason why there's not a big middle class, strong family system here in Jackson, Mississippi, because people can't move here and send their kids to Jackson Public School because they don't feel that they'll get a good education. And that's a big deal to me.
Well, yeah, I mean, in the public schools, I mean, there's a lot of factors to that. I mean, I'm not going to just shuck that all on Chokwe.
Well, I didn't say it's all him.
Yeah, I mean,
I just said I said the people need to vote.
Yeah, it's been decades of decline, obviously, and that's contributed to where the system is now, unfortunately, and for various reasons, and not that we're going to go into that on election night, but it's a vast topic, and everybody, probably knows reason here or there. But all we're doing here, we're not. By Chokwe Lumumba not being mayor is not going to magically transform Jackson into Shangri-La, and I don't think anybody really thinks that. I think what's going to happen is that there can be at least a less incompetent government, right? And that's kind of all I'm hoping for. I'm not thinking that Jackson's gonna be crime free, or the schools are magically be wonderful, and the roads will be just paved with gold. Like, that's not what I'm thinking. But what I am thinking is that, like, they can pay a contract on time, and it won't cost us another $1 million because they were late on the payment. I am thinking that. I am thinking.
Kara said numbers being posted now.
Okay.
She said we have final results.
Final results. Okay, we're getting WLBT. Kara Shirley just texted us and gave us an update. So we'll see where we go from here.
They're being posted.
Posted right now. We're waiting for this. But that's what we're thinking from it. We're not thinking this is going to magically change everything, but it's going to be a step. And
In the right direction,
and
hopefully.
as Bill Murray said in that movie with Richard Dreyfuss, baby steps. That's what we need to take right now. Baby steps in the right direction. So hopefully the city will have just decided to do that tonight. And,
She said unofficial final result.
all right, what do we got?
I don't know yet. As I'm telling her, we're on the edge of our seats over here.
Yeah, we're sitting here. We're telling her we're live, but we need her info.
We're live.
Kara, give us your info. What do you got? Do we got any?
Not yet. She said they're being posted now. She's typing.
Okay. All right. So WLBT is taking a long time, and we appreciate them, but we're trying to coordinate with them and get some information for y'all. And she says, I know, I saw they're trying to help us. With all the media organizations, we try to help you. I don't know if we consider ourselves a media organization, whatever, or just people this is my house, by the way, that we made this room. But if Othar Kane can do it, we can do it.
So I started a podcast, and I begged and begged Shaun to come on my podcast, and he would not do it for the longest time. Then he came in. He was on
for the podcast.
He did. He sponsored the podcast,
Yeah.
but he finally came on one time, and he's like, "Ooh, I really like this." Well, Kara, she said, "This is where you being competitors comes in," and I can't tell you yet.
Okay.
With a laughing face.
Okay, I'm gonna remember that the next time she asks me for some info. I'm gonna
No, she's laughing. She's laughing. No, she would get in trouble, I'm sure, if she gave us something before it's posted.
All right. Well, apparently, what we're hearing through back channels, Kara, is that the final results are very close. We're very close to getting some final results, everybody. So hang tight, hold on to your seats, and maybe we can end the son of a bitch's reign right now. Like that's what we're hoping.
Look, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this man over here. If it comes to the fact that Chokeway is out tonight.
Does anybody have any Trump wine? I'll drink Trump. I don't like Trump. I'll drink the Trump wine.
Your mom is going to kill you.
Drink the Trump wine. I will literally. I don't care. Like this is really gonna happen. If this is, I mean.
I know. Come on, WLBT.
Come on, guys. Let's post it. Let's get this over with. We're getting close anyway. So, yeah, like I was saying before, this is not the magic bullet. This is not, going to automatically change the city, but it's a baby step in the right direction. We can at least, maybe we can do one thing right. That's all I want. I just want one thing right. I want, maybe they'll buy a book for the schools like that.
One that I don't want to burn.
Yeah, one you don't want to burn.
I'm kidding. I don't really burn books.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they'll do that. Maybe they'll hire 5 more officers.
Where's Michael Applewhite? Is he watching?
I'm sure.
I saw his little joke he sent me earlier.
Maybe they should, maybe they'll support the police department maybe better. Like that would be good. I'll be happy with that. Like,
or thank the CCID for what they do instead of running it in the ground that it was racist.
Yeah, I mean, or just support all neighborhoods. Make this, more of a cohesive city. I think, I think it's good that if this happens tonight or we're not headed that direction, what you saw the narrative by some media figures
99% reporting. Dang, just shy of it.
Damn it. Okay, what do we got here? Okay, right now. Oh, dang it! Okay, we got 99% in. John Horn, 11,909 votes, 48.4%. Chokwe Lumumba, 4,124, 16.8. It looks like we're headed to a runoff, but my God, John Horn kicked the fucking shit out of him.
That's a big lead. That's a big lead.
And then Tim Henderson's got 3,371 votes.
So he didn't come in far behind Chokwe.
No, he didn't, and he did not. And then we've got Delano Funches at 2,034. You got to think those votes are going to translate to Senator Horn, and this is getting one step closer to ending. So I think the city. I think what you can see from this, and the Chokwe Lumumba should take this message. This is a resounding message that the city of Jackson said no. You only got 4,124 votes, dude. Like, and the rest of the city said we are done with you. So that is I think we're looking good, and that is the best news that I've heard of Jackson in a long time.
Yeah,
it would have been better if Senator Horn was able to pull off this.
I mean, he was so close.
So
close. But congratulations to Senator Horn for having such an outstanding victory tonight. Even though he is headed to a runoff, that's a big, huge lead. Congratulations to Butch Lee, who remains mayor over in Brandon, and Flowood and Kathy Smith over in Flowood. Congratulations to you. And again, I'm so proud of our mayors in Madison and Ridgeland, Mayor Mary Butler Hawkins, Mayor G. McGee. Thank you guys for all you do. Do we have a number on the Ward 7? I know that one was kind of the most contested.
We've got,
You have all the devices.
Yes, I'm
so excited that he has taken all of my devices.
Yeah, this is, let's see. All right, we've got, so it's 99% in the mayor's race. Let's see, I'm going to go to here in Ward 7. It keeps saying 0%. The same numbers are up. So, okay, now WLBC is reporting there's going to be a runoff between John Horn and Chokwe Lumumba. So here we go, April 22nd.
Yeah.
This will be the day. Right now, John Horn beat the stinking pants off of Chokwe tonight. And, there is so many other votes out there that went to other candidates
That will
now
probably
goes to
come,
him.
they will go to Horn because these people spoke in an outstanding numbers that they want Chokwe Lumumba gone from Jackson. So I think all of these votes that went to others other than Horn and Lumumba will go to Horn in the general. In you said April.
April 22nd, and I think what you've got Tim Henderson with 3,371 votes, Delano Funches with 2,034, Marcus Wallace 1,004, Socrates got 648 votes, David Archie got 533 votes, and list goes on. None of these people were going to vote for Chokwe Lumumba.
Just a few more daggum votes, and I would have been out there running to the liquor store to buy some Trump wine just to watch him drink it.
Yeah, that's where we get done. I mean, we just got to get turnout out. Push it this hard.
But this is good. This is positive. This is very encouraging. This is not what I expected at all. No. I really thought Chokwe would take the lead tonight and that we would end the night in a runoff, but with him leading.
Me too. That's what my prediction was that.
This is not what I thought would happen. So it's very encouraging. Very encouraging.
It's encouraging because what you've seen is that what we thought and the way the narratives were being pushed was,
especially in the last couple of days, these big social media influencers coming out and making these statements. I'm glad the people have their own, they've showed that they've got their own brains. They can think for themselves.
Yeah, I mean, these narratives are being pushed where, trying to pit white people versus black people, us versus them. But what you saw was actually a whole city kind of stand together tonight and say, no more, we're done, we're tired of it. And that's what equality looks like. That's what working together looks like. That's what progress looks like. And we've seen that tonight. They weren't falling for the shuck and jive that Chokwe was playing with them anymore. They weren't playing for this whole thing that he sold. People saw him on that yacht on that indictment. They saw him move the bid deadline. They saw him
take the money,
records, take those campaign checks. They've seen their kids die in the streets of Jackson. They've seen the conditions of the roads. They see the schools. They see all these things.
They saw their trash not being picked up. Yeah. They knew they couldn't drink their own water.
Right. They couldn't drink. Yeah, they saw.
We were a joke nationally. Nationally, Jackson, Mississippi, which is our state capital, which we should have all Mississippians should be proud of, was a joke, a national joke.
Right, and they saw the shutdown. Right, the water is a great point. The shutdown of their water plant not due to the pipes. When people get confused, due to mismanagement of the plant, his mismanagement, his failure to hire the people to run the plant. This is you can go to if you go to Jackson Jambalaya, he's got a great article out. It was up today. And you can see the list of lies that he's told that he blames it on everywhere else, blames it on racism, blames it on the state.
It's always racism.
And it's been what he has done is just destroyed this city in 8 years. And
caused a bigger divide than ever.
Yeah, and it is about over. So, and the city saw that, black and white folks all saw that. And so congratulations to everybody. I say,
absolutely. Really. Thank goodness people got out and voted. I know there wasn't a huge turnout, but there's a resounding message with the ones who did turn out. Yeah. And it's a very encouraging one, a positive one.
Absolutely. It's terrific. So a wonderful see. I will sleep easy. Chokwe, you will not, because your next step after your loss is federal prison.
I would love to know if he's at a party right now, like a
yeah, right.
a celebratory party where I imagine he is not celebrating.
I imagine he's thinking about going to Mexico.
Because if
I was him and I'm not going to win the mayor's race, I can't use that as my bargaining chip to the feds. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to become a Mexican. Now, it's easy, Chokwe, for you to get there, because I'll show you how. There's this guy named Tom Homan that Trump hired, and he really is interested in deporting people. So all you got to do is call him up and say, hey, I want to go to Mexico. And there's like a train leaving every 5 minutes.
Maybe change your look maybe change your look up just a little bit. Instead of dyeing just that lower part of your beard gray or white the way that you do, you might have to dye the whole thing.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, get a sombrero, the little Mexican blanket, and you can go, because they're giving free rides. I mean, this is like courtesy of the Trump administration. You can go to Mexico, get away from here, because it is over for you, my friend. Good night for you. So, anyway, any final thoughts on the election?
No, I mean, I think it's been a good night. It's been a good night.
Well, thank you all for tuning in with us. We just kind of did this.
This is very impromptu.
We got really mad at the other stream that we saw and thought that we'd go try to.
We got really mad at it. We got really mad at it. We got really mad.
Bad. And then we saw that it was kind of heading in the right direction, so we thought we'd come on and talk about it. So everybody, just drink a toast to the city of Jackson tonight. So
Yeah, absolutely. And tune in tomorrow. We'll rehash all of this on our radio show. We should hopefully be streaming live with sound. Fingers crossed. But yeah, tomorrow, 103.9 WYAB, or on our social media channels, or our YouTube channel, Crossing the Aisle 12 to 1 on Monday through Fridays. And we'll be there tomorrow.
yep. See y'all then.
Bye.
Bye.